Hello, my love. I hope you're having an amazing day. And today I'm here to share with you my summer deck list. So I'm going to share just a few decks with you, some oracle decks and tarot decks. And they are the decks that I'm willing to work this season as well, or that I have been working with, because we are already in summer, right? Took us a while to start feeling like summer here, right? Because we had the spring, a very, very awkward spring, I would say. It was pretty cold, but now we are having some really, really hot days, so now we feel like summer. Today I'm bringing 5 tarot decks and 3 oracle decks to share with you. So I'm going to start with tarot decks. And I'll have to start with a deck that I am just loving working with this deck. It is the Albano-Waite Tarot by US Games. It is the one printed in Italy. So what happened is, I think I already shared with you, you already know, that I am a Universal Waite fan. I love the Universal. That was my first Rider-Waite deck and my second overall, but the deck I really learned to read with. And I love those soft colors and so on. And then on winter, I was feeling that I should add another deck to my collection, but maybe with softer colors. I wanted some, I even thought about maybe watercolor, and I was not able to find anything that I would like, but I wanted something very soft. Then when summer hit, I don't know, this summer I'm feeling like working with more like colors and stuff like that, saturated colors. And then I started looking for a tarot deck that I could use. I found a deck and I really loved that deck. And I almost bought it. It was on that website, Making Playing Cards. It was a Rider-Waite, but with very saturated colors. But then I saw that the deck plus shipping would be over $100, and I was not willing to. I mean, I was almost buying. Then I thought, oh, let's think a little bit more. Then I didn't even know that they were publishing this deck again. I didn't know that. So I said, I'll give it a try. But I really wanted the other deck. So when I got this one, and I started looking, said, maybe not. But then I started working with this deck, and I love it so much. And I never wanted this kind of color palette on my Rider-Waite. But I don't know. I already shared with you something really shifted my practice last year, so I'm experiencing that this year as well. And I really love this color. Look at this. Look at this green. I don't know if it's mint. I'm not very well versed in the name of colors, right? Now, I really think, where is that card that I want to show you? Look at this death card. Look at this red. I'm really in love with this deck. The cardstock's even thinner than the new Universal, but it is wonderful to shuffle with. I love shuffling this deck, and I have been using this deck a lot, but not for a long period of time. So I don't know how this deck's going to hold together, but so far I'm very happy with this deck. This is the deck, the Rider-Waite that I have been using this summer. No, like, I don't know if I already showed you, probably already showed you. Oh no, here, look, the mountains, they are purple here. Lavender, it's very beautiful. Look at this orange. I'm very happy with this deck. So this is the first deck that I want to show you today, and that I have been using this deck almost every day. This is my Rider-Waite. Like, I have not been using my Universal this summer, only this one here. Beautiful, love this deck. Now, another deck that I want to share with you is this one. This is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. It is a deck that I don't know, but I don't connect with this deck very well when it comes to using it for readings for myself or clients. I don't know, I don't know. It's not my favorite. But I have been using this deck, the Major Arcana, because I always leave some tarot deck here, but only the Major Arcana, because I use that in the beginning of my sessions to find out about what archetype inside tarot is active on my clients' or students' life at that moment in time. So you see, it's foiled, it's beautiful, but I don't usually use it for readings. So I'm using the Major Arcana. I'm going to show this deck as well when I share my decks that I've been using in June, or that I used in June actually, because June is already over, believe it or not. Guys, is it just me? I don't know, I just cannot believe that it's July already. Well, this beauty here is the Muse Tarot. The Muse Tarot was on my spring deck list, but I have to bring her to my summer deck list as well, because it is a deck that feels like summer for me. I think, I don't know if I mentioned in that video, but for me, she feels like late spring, early summer, and summer. That's what I feel. I've been working with the Muse archetype for myself and in my work for 10 years now, over 10 years now. And I'm so glad that I like this deck, right? So I think this is the deck that makes me feel some inspiration. As I shared before, I use her for my creative work as well. So I use her for a very specific purpose. It is to access inspiration, that face of the Muse, because inspiration is not the only face of the Muse that we work with, but this is the Muse Tarot. Beautiful, she's beautiful. I couldn't recommend more this deck. I wish I had the indie one, but I don't, so okay, I'm here with my mass market one, published by Hay House. Then one deck that I have that I think that feels a lot summer, like a summer, is the Goddess of Love Tarot, because there's a lot of red, so it feels like, when I see red, for me, red's a color associated with summer, at least for me. And this deck has red roses, some fire, some gold going on. It is a deck dedicated to Venus, so it is a deck that I used in June, because in June I was working with the Venusian energy, with the archetype of Venus. It is a mass market deck as well. I like the cardstock, I like shuffling this deck. And she's a truth teller. She doesn't joke around. She's going to tell you what you have to hear. She's not the most generous one or the sweetest one, at least for me. But it is a deck that I think that is wonderful to work with on summer. And last but not least, when it comes to tarot, I will show you my oracle decks, but tarot, look at this. But this baby just got here, okay? This is the Bonfire Tarot. Oops, the Bonfire Tarot. So we have this red/orange. I think it's the same color as this fire here. Well, the Bonfire Tarot is a tarot that I never wanted, that I was never connected with, but as I already told you, my practice changed a lot, and I have to share a lot about that with you. I mean, I have thousands of videos to record, thousands of things to share with you. And then Now, for this summer, as I told you, I'm feeling like working with more color in my tarot decks, my oracle decks, but then I was searching for some deck that would have the 70s feelings. I didn't live, actually, I didn't experience, I don't know how was the 70s, but there are some artwork or that I would connect with the 70s. I don't know the name of that artwork, but the tarot deck that I found that would make me think about that is called the Child Flower Tarot or the Flower Child Tarot. If you search online, you're going to find. And then I was thinking about adding that deck to my collection, but still something was missing when I was looking at those images. And then I ended up remembering of this one here. She is gorgeous. I've been working with her for a few days now, and I'm super happy. Well, it's not a review, but it comes with a very chunky guidebook. Let me see. Here. Look how chunky it is. I started reading the guidebook. So it's based in tattoo. And something that I must tell you is that we are in 2025. And I always appreciate it, of course, but as we are approaching a period of time when people are going to start using a lot of AI, things like that in the artwork. I really, really, really appreciate these older decks. It was painting, actually. You can see here the texture, the screen texture, right? It was a real painting. It's just pictures of real paintings, and I'm super glad that I have this deck. This is the second edition borderless, and you're going to have the first edition mass market still available. But then I saw some flip throughs comparing both of them, and I prefer the new one. She made some changes in the artwork. I'm not sure if it's only in the major arcana, but I like the new one much better. I think she really was able to improve this deck with the new art. So yeah, I'm glad, I'm happy working with this deck. I feel happy, I feel lots of energy. For some people, it can be a little too busy. Not for me. I love busy decks. I'm glad. You see, everything comes in the right time. Everything. And the right time to work with her is here. I would never, if you had told me like years ago, even 2 years ago, that one day I would have this deck, I would buy this deck, I would say, are you out of your mind, girl? I'll never do that, right? And here I am. So this, we already finished the tarot decks. Now I'm going to start with the oracle decks. I'm going to start with a deck that I feel like summer. It is the Queen of Sun Oracle. This deck, of course, I work with this deck all year around, because in my readings, she's going to represent the masculine inside of us. So the Queen Moon, look at this. The Queen Moon represents the feminine inside of us, and the Queen Sun is the masculine inside of us. So I get messages from this deck that way. And of course, because it is a Queen Sun, it really, really feels like summer. It is a deck full of personality. Look at this. I love the diversity in this deck. I'm not a person that is really... I'm more connected with the art overall than the diversity, say. Like, for example, I don't have to see people that look like me in a tarot deck in order to connect with the deck. But in this one, it's beautiful. Look at this. It's gorgeous. This is the Queen of the Sun, so it would be the main card. She's gorgeous, she's powerful, but in a very feminine way. And that's what is important. Some people think that masculine is about men and feminine is about woman, and it's not about that. So the masculine inside of us is different from the masculine inside of a man, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So that's something that maybe we can talk more about if you're interested in, because I've been dedicating myself to this work for a long, long time. So it is a beautiful deck. I love it. There's some goddesses, there's some, these festivals, you know, that they have, the pagans have like, let me see if I'll find some of them here to show you. Litha, I don't know if you say Litha, Lemmas, you have all of them. So it is a beautiful Yule. Look at this. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's a beautiful deck. Really love this deck. This is the Queen Sun Oracle. Now, another deck that I want to share with you that feels like summer is this one here. I've never heard about this deck before. I've never seen this deck before. It was gifted to me by a beloved student and client. And I've never seen this before. So I'm so happy that you gave it to me. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it so much. Sacred Symbols for Divination and Meditation Oracle deck. So it is a deck full of personality. And again, red. Red feels like summer for me. And when it's very, very colorful and more saturated colors. It is the case in this deck. Look at this. It's super simple, but so meaningful. It's a beautiful deck to work with symbols. I do work a lot with symbols in my practice, so it's beautiful. And each card is going to have a different color. There's no repeated colors here. Let me show you. You can see that we have this green here, but you can see that it's still slightly different. So lots of color in this deck. I really love working with this deck. I'm having an amazing experience. I don't know. I think this deck got to my collection a few weeks ago now. And I've been using her a lot. She goes and she loves to work together with different kinds of tarot decks. She's beautiful. This is a deck that I strongly recommend. Having a great time with her. Because I think that's something interesting. Like having some deck for, I mean, at least in the way I work with the cards. Having some decks to work with archetypes, some decks to work with symbols. That's something important. The last two decks, let me have some water. And these last two decks, they are about the element water. Element of water. Well, I grew up experiencing water on summer. So going to the beach or always having pools at my home. We always had that, even lake. So for me, I connect water a lot with summer. And because I came from a tropical country, it was warm all year round. And of course, we did have some winter and stuff like that, but nothing compared to Canada. So our trees, they would never lose their leaves and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this beautiful deck. This deck was gifted to me by students as well. It is the Healing Waters Oracle. I have a review of this deck. I'm going to link here for you. This is a deck, I don't know, it doesn't matter how hot it is outside. When I look at this deck, I feel refreshed. I feel like I could just swim in these waters. It's a beautiful deck. It is a deck that I like to use for readings in general, and in the start of a reading and to wrap up a reading. And as I said in the review, it is a deck that does what the name says. It is for healing. It is a deck that speaks about the healing properties of water. So don't expect other things from this deck other than the healing properties of water. But then, that being said, you're going to have different sources of water, like ocean, like lakes, like river, like waterfalls, you name it. So it is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. It was a beautiful gift. I'm super happy for having this deck in my collection. So, the element of water. And the last deck that I have to share here with you is this one. Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. Actually, what happened to me a while ago, I wanted to add the Flow Tarot to my collection, but I was not so sure about that. So I went ahead and I added this one. It is an oracle deck. We have four different backs and one keyword and one affirmation. So this one is believe. May the sea deepen your faith. That's the structure of this deck. When I bought this deck, my intention was to cut the bottle here and then use just the images, but I started using the deck with the messages and I like that, so I decided to keep it. I like this deck for 3 cards readings. I love this deck for general message. It's beautiful. I love to just sit and look at this deck because for me it's important. I love to sit and just look at my decks, you know, like play with the cards, not for readings, just for inspiration, just to see some beautiful images. I love these tools. I simply love them. And this one is a gorgeous one. Beautiful photos of the ocean. It is only the ocean. Unlike the healing waters, this one is only about the sea, the ocean. So this is my list. This is my summer list. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which decks are you going to work on this summer. If you have a video sharing that, please link for me down below or just tell me, Rachel, come to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so happy for having you here. All I can do is to wish you an amazing summer, and I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love. Thank you, my dear.